Hey, Coach, back-to-back wins over one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Dawson Keith played this afternoon.
The first 40 minutes was not very good. In the last 20 minutes, we figured it out. But a message that we've been trying to preach to them is it doesn't matter how long it takes to get the lead. You just have to stick with our process. And when you look at a team like TR that we just had in town here for 3 games, they just stick with their process. And they've won more games than they've lost because of that. And it might seem dull, it might seem boring, it might seem ineffective at times, but there's a purpose to all of it. And so when we slash out of the zone with a purpose, when we finish our hits with a purpose, when we block shots with a purpose, when we track back into D zone with a purpose, like it might seem monotonous and just kind of a waste of time, but there's a bigger aspect to all of it. So we stuck with it. We were down 1 goal after the first, we were down 1 goal after the second, and we just had to stick with it. And so we tied up, we take advantage on the power play, which was huge for us, and we held on there at the end. So a lot better close to the game tonight than what there was last night, but to take 4 of 6 points on home ice against the 3rd or 4th best team in our entire league is very rewarding for this group.
We had spoken on the forecheck and the physicality heading into this series being one of the big deciding factors, and that certainly was evident in those final 20 minutes. Just speak on how much that related true and allowed your club to flip it around and earn a couple of victories.
Well, in tonight's game, TR's lineup was a little bit light, right? They were missing some players, and that's not something we can take lightly, which I feel like we did to start. And as they just roll 3 lines and line after line, they were actually the more physical team, the more vocal team, right? They were the ones chirping out there, being physical, dominating the play. And I had to get under some guys' skins. And, one of those players was Todd Skirving. And, before he scored, I had to give it to him a little bit. But as a captain and as a leader, I have to single somebody out to get the group going. And he responded as he should, as a veteran. And very proud and appreciative of the effort he provided the guys tonight, because 2 big goals for us, going to the net, going to the dirty areas, getting more physical, better in the face-off dot. Like, you got to lead by example sometimes, and he did that the second half of the game.
And those goals and that performance in front of Keith Petrozelli, who had a lot of big stops, especially as that game progressed and continued to keep the team in it. How big was Petrozelli's performance today?
Yeah, Keith's been probably on the wrong end of some games here over the last little bit, unfortunately. And he had his swagger back. He had his groove back a little bit more, right? And what's really nice about Keith is he leads. And he's an experienced player. And, not very often goalies are true leaders, but Keith is a good leader, true leader for this group, because we are so young, especially our D-core, our back end. We're a young team. And he comes to the bench and he's like, I have you guys need to have me, right? Like, we have to pick each other up, and no matter what's been going on, what the score of the games have been that he's been playing in, he's remained positive. He's wanted to push the guys, he's wanted to win, he's wanted to succeed, and with his play and his effort tonight, he was very rewarding of that victory.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Yep.